Hello, hello. Welcome to the Rooted Remedies podcast. I'm your host, Ethel, and today we will be speaking to my nephew, Marcos. Marcos, please give us a little bit of background on yourself, who you are, what your interests are.
Well, I'm a 14-year-old from Boston. I moved to Colorado for about 2 years. Then I moved to Florida, where I've been here for about 2 years. And I play soccer. I'm in high school, and I also do BJJ.
And what is BJJ?
Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
Nice. So when did you notice a problem, if you even noticed it, and how did it affect your life?
I didn't really notice a problem. It was my parents took me to the dentist, and I was like 12 at the time, and she was like, "Oh, something's wrong with you. You're not getting enough sleep. You're sleep deprived." And I was like, "Really?" And when I thought about it more, I was like, "I'm not as energetic as I was a couple years back."
Okay.
And that's basically it.
And in your words, how would you describe the holistic dentist? What did she do different?
She did the same thing as a regular dentist, but she would focus more on your jaw, your nose, and basically the entire bottom half of your face. And she would just what is it called? Like an orthopedic, kind of move your teeth around.
Okay.
So you can
Orthodontist.
Orthodontist. Yeah, that's what I meant. That's what I meant. But yeah.
Okay, so that's what she did different. And so what was your first consultation like? Because she told you that you're sleep deprived, but then you noticed that you were sleep deprived because you were fatigued.
Yeah.
Okay, so what did she do then? Did she take pictures?
At first, she recommended an appliance.
Okay.
Which is kind of like a retainer, but instead of a retainer to stay in the same shape, you kind of turn it to expand it, and it kind of changes your jaw, your palate, everything about your face.
And describe, only because I know the background, but describe to me the first procedure that you had that kind of set you on the path of restoring your oral health. So your jawline obviously was restructured, and your sleep was improved, but how was your sleep improved? What was the...
So at first she took impressions of my teeth so I could get the right size retainer or appliance. And she's like, "All right, I need you to turn this about every 4 days, the bottom and the top one." As I kept doing it, it got wider and wider, and more air was able to pass through my mouth when I breathed. And then that led me to get a deeper sleep, which led me to feel better in the morning.
What else? Who else did you see? I know you saw...
I saw a tongue doctor. Don't know the name, but she helped me with my second surgical operation, a tongue tie removal.
Okay.
And it's where under your tongue there's a little string. They basically burned it off or kind of cut it off, so then I could release some pressure off my jaw, which helped me get better sleep.
Okay. So that was the tongue tie procedure. Did you have lip tie as well?
Yes, I did have lip tie.
You did have lip tie, and so they cut that one off.
Yes, both of them.
Okay, and then the exercises with the orophacial lady. What were some of the exercises that you did?
It was a lot of keeping your tongue up to the roof of your mouth, and how you can move it to stretch it at first, and then after you got your tongue tie, you would kind of repeat those stretches, but it feel different because it's a lot loose. And then it was a lot sticking your tongue out, moving it in different ways that you weren't used to before your tongue tie.
Okay, and how long have you been seeing this holistic dentist?
About a year and a half, almost 2 years.
Okay. And what, in your opinion, has been the most drastic change? Because I can tell you from my angle what I've seen. But in your opinion, what do you see when you look in the mirror?
I see a wider jaw, a more defined jawline. I see my teeth are straighter. They were all crooked and all messed up, and I'm glad they got fixed. I like the better sleep. We did a sleep study about after I first got diagnosed with sleep apnea.
Okay.
And it told me out of the 7 hours I slept, I only got about 2.5 hours of deep sleep, which is not, the best.
Yeah.
And then after all that appliances and the surgeries and the tongue tie, it changed. I got way more deeper sleep, an extra 3 hours, and it felt so much better.
Yeah. What else? Have you noticed any social improvements?
Yeah.
Physical improvements? Yeah. Just besides the deep sleep?
Oh, well, I grew a little bit more than...
a lot of it.
Yeah, a lot of it more. And my mood changed. When I wasn't getting more sleep, I felt like angry, I felt like sad, I felt like I couldn't express myself because I didn't have the energy to.
Mm-hmm.
But after I got the deep sleep, I felt happier and I could express myself more.
Yeah, you're funnier, that's for sure. Funny looking. Yeah. Okay. What would you say to a parent who is kind of on the fence, not sure whether they should see a holistic dentist or stay with traditional dentistry? What's the difference for you?
Original dentistry is more focusing on your teeth, not like the face. It's focusing on your teeth, like how clean they are, if they're straight, if there's no like calculus, mold, and like all that bad stuff inside your teeth. But the holistic dentist focuses on that, but it's more overall the entire face.
Mm-hmm.
So it kind of like, it's like a therapy, like a whole face therapy plus your teeth.
Which, in where you just described earlier, it seems like it improves your quality of life.
Yes.
So it seems to improve your quality of life because it treats your face entirely,
Yeah.
which is linked to the rest of your body.
Yeah.
Because if you're getting the deep sleep,
Mm-hmm.
you're just improving overall.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas traditional dentistry is more cosmetic in that
Mm-hmm.
sense. Did you or were you told to do any lifestyle changes, or maybe did your mom take it upon herself to do some lifestyle changes in accordance with this treatment?
The only lifestyle change I can think about is just wearing those appliances every day for about 16 hours, and now I wear a face mask when I sleep to kind of move my face out. But after all that's finished, I don't have to wear it anymore. But that's the only lifestyle change I can think about.
So when you're done with the whole process in 6 more months?
Yeah, about.
Maybe we'll know more then regarding upkeep and maintenance throughout his life. I can't imagine that that's done because your face is always moving.
Yeah.
Your teeth are always moving, and what you eat changes and how it affects you changes. Only because, again, I know your lifestyle. What have you noticed is the biggest difference in your life between living in Boston and living here in Florida?
It's definitely a little hotter here,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel like if I can breathe more and get a better sleep, I feel like I can go outside more. And
So you're in the sun more.
I'm in the sun more, which is really beneficial.
How much more would you say?
An extra hour or two every day,
At least, yeah.
at least. But yeah.
So let's, just to recap and kind of give a, bring it home situation, what has the transformation been for you?
For me,
On how many levels?
How many levels?
So let's just treat it as if you're talking to someone who's in active pain right now.
Mm-hmm.
They're not sleeping well. Their child is not thriving.
Mm-hmm.
And they're kind of looking for answers that they're not finding with the traditional dentist,
Mm-hmm.
right? So what would you say to that parent, because it is a time sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of you going immediately and getting, which braces take time too, but it's almost like a quick fix. You were taken care of inside out
Mm-hmm.
in that regard. So yeah, what would you say to that parent who is undecided or unsure or simply uninformed that would kind of push them towards something holistic in that regard?
Well, everyone is unexperienced at first because I didn't know anything about it. My parents didn't know anything about it. It's just trying it out and understanding how the doctor's gonna work with you and how she's gonna help you.
Yeah.
It's all about experiencing the thing, and then you gotta get the honest feedback saying, is this helping me or not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And have you seen your pictures recently, before and after pictures?
About 3 weeks ago, yeah.
Yeah.
But it's been a couple weeks.
What came up for you when you saw the pictures before and after?
Well, my jawline was a little more round,
Mm-hmm.
and after the after picture, it's a lot more sharper. The jaw is a lot more wider
Mm-hmm.
because they took pictures inside your mouth. This used to be narrow, and they kind of spread it out so it looks like a real pair of teeth. And I was shocked because I've never seen that before.
Yeah.
And then at first, when she showed me all the things, I was shocked because I didn't know I had the issue with the tongue too. Everything was just a shock, but I'm glad I got treated, and after just so much better.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'll give you my feedback. A lot of what you already said. you were not grumpy, but you were short.
Mm-hmm.
Usually short responses and just quick to be upset. And I've noticed a huge metamorphosis. You're much more mature. You're much more approachable. You're actually the only sibling that can handle all the kids, all the younger cousins. So I'm happy for you in that regard. I know also, just to give any listeners some background, you were always fed really well.
Mm-hmm.
You were breastfed, organic food, well-sourced stuff. So maybe that wasn't so challenging of a change.
Mm-hmm.
Just additional support.
Yeah, additional support, definitely.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yeah.